Harekrishna. So before we start, we're just going to sing Jai Radha Madhava, which is a nice song just to set up in the mood. First, I'd like to welcome all the first comers. Welcome to our little soiree. And we'll start. Good. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavalabha Girivardhari Gopi Janavalabha Girivardhari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tiravana Chari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare So once again, I'd like to welcome the first comers, and I'll just try to make it as simple as possible. So tonight, it's just hot. I'm gonna read the Srimad Bhagavad Gita this by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. And I'll just go to a simple verse, I guess. Here we go. Tonight, this is 3, 5, 8, 8. There we go. That's a good one. So it's going to be chapter 9, verses 2. And it's actually the most confidential knowledge. So When I first read that as a kid, I thought that was it. Once I read this, I'd be the most enlightened person. Well, let's see. So it's Raja Vidya, Raja Guyam, Pavitam Vidam Uttamam, Patriksharva Guyam, Dhamayam, Shukam, Karam Avyayam. So the translation goes as follows. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it is given directly, in direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. I'll just read it just in case, one more time. So this knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. Purport. This chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is called the King of Education because it is the essence of all doctrine and philosophies explained before. Amongst the principal philosophies in India are Gautama, Kanda, Kapila, Sandhya, Vaishnava, and finally there is Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedanta Sutra. So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy or transcendental knowledge. I'll stop here. So pretty much what they're saying is there's a lot of, when it comes to education, there's a lot of, just do it here, I guess. A lot of ways you can get education, especially here. Like for example, I know most of you, well, I know I've been to one of those car shops where you go get your car fixed, and there's this 40-inch TV that's in the corner that's always, giving some kind of advertising. And depending on what time of the day you go, there's always some kind of, if you want to be, medical, whatever, please come to our school, And if you go some other day, be like, if you want to be a mechanic, please come to our school. So everything that you want to do here, there's a system of education where you can get that certificate, right? So let's say even if you want to be a bartender nowadays, you have to go to school to be a, not anybody can go and just, if I take whoever's making the juice back there, the nectar, you can go be a bartender. They say, sorry, even though you make good nectar here, you still have to go and get the degree to be a bartender. So this is how it goes. But now the question is, let's say it's time for you to go to Vaikuntha. Where do you go? Anybody? What happened? Where do we go? Yes. You got to, somewhere, we are giving this. This is the most confidential knowledge. But yet you don't see anybody lining up for it. If somebody here famous, I don't know, you pick the name, I don't know, some big entrepreneur, you come say, I have here secret on how to be famous and rich. Everybody will line up. You have seen so many books he's written. How to be a millionaire in, I don't know, 2 weeks. And people buy the book. People buy the book. It's not, they all want to be, I want to be, what's the secret? But here you're giving free secret, not call it the secret, but I don't think it is even a secret. It's right there. And you say, this is how to go back to Godhead. Nobody's interested. Open secret. It's not like you have to join the club to get the secret. It's there. But still nobody is there interested. Why is that? Because for them the most interesting thing is what they are entrapped in, which is this illusory energy of Krishna. What we call Maya. This is when you go and preach, you do book distribution, you knock on the door, says, Bhai Sahab, I'm giving, I'm too old for this. You go, talk to the youngsters, the one that are playing basketball over there. Oh, okay, fine. You go over there, says, you're wasting my time. I got a game going on here, and you're coming with this, what is it called, Bhagavad Gita? No, sorry. Come back next time. right? So, they will tell you, like let's say you go in the university, you say, oh, I'm not ready yet. When I finish my education, then life will be perfect. Oh, why is that? Because then I have a degree. Oh. So, but then you think you'll be able to read a little bit? We are giving for free. The book is there for free. No. Not now. Because life is not perfect yet. But when is life perfect? Our life is perfect when I got the degree, I got the perfect job, I got the perfect wife, and the perfect house, and everything then will be perfect. But are you sure? Oh, no, I forgot. Maybe you get the perfect kids, perfect grandkids, perfect great-grandkids, then you can come to me. Then maybe I'll be ready. But right now, I'm not ready. But the question is, who here among us knows when we will be ready or when we are ready? There's no time thing. There's no, like you go, you say, okay, such and such, you're taken birth, and here's the manual for your life. Okay? At this age, this is, some people, they do this. How you call this? You go to fortune tellers, and they say, oh, this is how it's going to be. And some people take it really seriously. You pay, pay good money. And they say, this is how your life is going to be. At this age and that age, oh, I can see this is what you're going to be doing. Oh, and that's it, this is, and they spend a lot of money just trying to, I think this guy is right. And then it doesn't happen. Hey, what happened? You said, such and such. I says, well, this is only for entertainment. And it's not always exact. It's exact, but time is off. So you keep going. It will happen eventually. But that's not the case. Nobody has this perfect, manual on how life goes and how, it's going to play. But the best thing you can do is at least you say, you know what? I'm not ready, but I'll still do it. I'll just take, what is 5 minutes? Let's say you say, okay, you have to chant, on the Japamala. Japamala, you have to sing, let's say you chant 2 hours, it says 18 rounds. Even in the beginning, devotees so busy. Srila Prabhupada, 32 rounds. Impossible. Huh? What do you mean impossible? We have so much things to do. And Srila Prabhupada was still merciful. He says, okay, 16 rounds. And here we are complaining, 16 rounds. Too much. Okay? But, okay, 16 rounds. I say, I'm not, 1 round. It's not 1 round, 5 minutes. What is 5 minutes out of 24 hours? Nothing. How many people here sit on the light, red light, for more than 5 minutes a day? We're not going back to how many, for a lifetime, no, or in a year, no, just in one day. We all drive here. Even pedestrian, we're walking, we still have to wait for the red light. Wait, in the corner I go, the voice is on, wait, and my daughter goes, wait, hey, you're going to break it. But it's fun, wait. We still have to wait. But this 5 minutes, let's say there's so many things, there are rich people say, if I drop $1, it's cost me too much money to just bend and over and pick that dollar. I'm so much more worth it than this. But in all reality, what is 5 minutes out of your time? It's nothing. 1 round is nothing. We all begin with 1 round. To me, as a kid, going to the temple the first time, I was like, this is... a friend took me, I said, hey, you're going to the temple, harekrishna temple. I said, harekrishna temple, okay. Well, there, they're dancing and jumping. I was like, hey, what is this? Why is it jumping up and down? This is not prayer, I said, this is, West Bengal, that's how they do it. Okay. But surely enough, a month later, I was the one jumping. But you have to experience it. But without experiencing, some of us, we come for the first time to the temple, we look at it, what is this nonsense, This is not for me, But this is jumping and no, not interested. Then we'll go say, oh, okay, I'll have some prasad. Oh, what is prasad? Oh, this is good. I think I'll come. Prasad will along. They eat you prasad. But kirtan is also good. Some of us, many of us, different individuals are attracted to different things. Not everybody is going to be attracted to dry philosophy. Because even as a kid, I read it, I was like, this is too dry. I put it away. I'll come back to it some other day. But some, they're attracted to kirtan. I was one of them. As a kid, kirtan was it. I'll sit there and they'll play, no problem. And some, they like debate. They learn, they go to the other, my philosophy is better. They start debating, At the end of the day, says, we are grown up, we have to agree to disagree. This is his belief, this is belief, and that's the end. But if we all take to just taking our time and just applying ourselves, 5 minutes a day of chanting or listening, or even taking the association of devotees, coming to the temple, what? Actually, I have to thank you. You could be at the beach, you could be watching what's baseball or football game, whatever is there. But at least you choose to be here. That's a good sign. That's a sign of bhakti, elevation. There's something there. You might, at least by now you should know, I'm in the right path, right? Could be worse. But here we are, sitting there, not wasting our time. I'm wasting your guys' time, telling you, apply yourself. Chant Harekrishna. 5 minutes, it's not a big deal. Could be worse, but just 5 minutes. But then what happens, that 5 minutes, right, you sing. You start chanting, and then after a while you're like, oh, I'm done already. Look at that. It's 5 minutes already? And what do you do? Oh, let me add on to this. Let me sing I'll chant another one. And then little by little what happens is you're developing that taste. That there's sometimes you say, oh, have you heard this song? It hasn't grown on me yet. Then you listen after a while. Oh, this is a good song. But it's the same thing. But the song, at the end of the day, how do you call this? It loses its taste and popularity. Then the artist has to go and make another song. But here this song, Mahamantra has been going. Nobody has to remix or whatever you call it that they do, to make it sound a little bit more. It's the same. Same mantra, same lyrics. It's been going on for years and years. Hasn't changed. But why is that? There must be something good and special with it. That's why they call it the Mahamantra. Otherwise, song comes and goes, artist comes and goes. But this Mahamantra stays and keeps on going for years and years. Yugas. They all sing, they all chant the same thing. There's a reason. What happened is, then when you start this chanting every 5 minutes, then you start developing that taste. Now suddenly, one round, this 5 minutes becomes 2 rounds. 2 rounds, 3 rounds. And then eventually what's going to happen, you're going to develop that taste when you wake up in the morning. I've noticed people say, as a smoker, first thing they do, they wake up, they have to light up, they have to smoke. But devotees, the first thing, you're not getting up yet. It's still the night before and you're already exciting. Mangalarti, I gotta go. So what you do, what am I going to wear for Mangalarti? Dhoti, everything is there. It's ready to go. In 6 hours, 7 hours, I'm going to get up, I'm ready to go. And when you get up, I'm going to say, it's embarrassing, but it doesn't matter, I'll say. So exciting, we're in Delhi. Lokanath Maharaj is going to lead kirtan, 3:30 in the morning. Hurry up, take a shower, get dressed. And we're dancing Mangalarti, So. And I'm dancing, and then I notice there's something wrong. What's so heavy? I was so excited. I'm going for Mangalarti. We have the, how you call this? That you wrap around yourself, take a shower, gamsha. The gamsha is there. So I put my dhoti on top of the gamsha and we went. Already, Mangalarti. Now we're dancing. What's going on? I look down and the gamsha is falling off. I'm looking, oh my goodness. Now I got to go out and put it away and throw it over there and keep on going. What? Mangalarti. It was so exciting. But this is the thing. Not everybody, before, you have various level, of where you are. Not everybody is the same level. Just like for me, I was once a temple commander, was president. He says, "Hey, how come devotees are?" There's a devotee. He was with ISKCON Communication with Mukunda Maharaj. That was here before, way longer. He was here. So I was very frustrated because here I had to. I don't want to use the word chastise devotees, but I had to hey, come on, this is your service. You got to do this. Then I was so frustrated. I went to Archita. I says, Archita says, I'm having a problem. He says, what is it? He says, I can't understand, wrap my mind around it. How come I have to tell them? It's like they're not 3 years old. I cannot be chastising them to tell them, hey, this is what needs to be done. The temple has to run. And when you wake up in the morning, you have your book distribution, you have Harinam, you're doing for Food for Life at whether it's Maryland University or Virginia or Georgetown. Every day, there's an assignment where you're going. But I find myself having to, come on, let's go. And it says, this is your problem. Not everybody is on the same level. You're expecting everybody to be at your level. You're going to have people that are less advanced than you, that are starting, and you have people that are going to be on top of you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And the coincidence is, back then, Bhakti Churu Maharaj was also giving lecture about Vaishnava etiquette. And it all falls on how, as if it has been not arranged, but set forth in that way. And then Bhakti Churu Maharaj says the same thing. He says, when you have newcomers, you have to be very, very merciful. You have to show them, shower love upon them. Because it's, you think bhakti or this process is very easy. But it's not. And then you're going to have people that, they've been around or more advanced than you are. You have to show respect. And that's the thing. And there's a good example that he showed. When Prabhupada started back in New York, he had the little gift, much less gift, and he'll give Bhagavad Gita at night class. And hippies would come, and they will just walk, no problem. And they will sit, with their shoes and everything. And Prabhupada said, hey, this is temple, you have to remove your shoes. You go out and no. The love was there, the mercy was there. And it didn't matter who was dressed, how they were dressed. It didn't matter. As long as they get to come here and listen about Krishna. And today is pretty much the same thing. What we have to show is love. How in this world, people are easier to be fault-finding than love-finding. Like, for example, wherever you work, there's always this competition among, workers. Even if you go, whether it's Wall Street, back in the day, we didn't have emails, Mail, you had a mail room that it will go. And sometimes you look at your account and there'll be unattended mail. And you wonder what happened. And then they will not tell you, oh, we stole your account. But they will be nice enough to give you a card. Those cards that when you open it up, it opens up, it's very fancy, So when you open it, it opens. And it has a screw on it. And you're wondering what is... And when you read it, it says on Wall Street, you have to learn how to screw before they screw you. That's what it says. But what is this, But that's how it is. People are so willing to just... It don't matter, for them. Cut before you. Just for what? You're not, like I tell my kids, it's like, I've seen so many of my own family pass away that they haven't taken anything with you. They haven't taken anything with them. There's some stuff here that belongs to them. It's here. You one day will be in charge of it. No, I don't want any part of it. And then they realize nothing that you're going to have, killing ourselves to accumulate here, that you're going to be able to say, yeah, I'm going to take with me. The only thing is, whatever you're doing, like you say, bhakti, whatever the what do you call punya that you have, that you've done, all the good that you've done. That's what it says that Krishna says. He doesn't say, what you've accumulated, All he says is, what are the goods that you've done, right? So like this, I don't know, this clock is broken, but I don't know what time it is. 35. Oh, okay. So like this, it's like, all that you've accumulated, like we say, you have a bank account, a spiritual bank account, right? So for example, let's say, a Vaikuntha Bashi was to come down. The Vaikuntha Bashi say, hey, but what are you doing? You look at him and say, well, I'm right now working at, General Atomics, and, I do some work there, and that's it. No, but what are you doing? Well, I just said I work at General Atomics. It has to do with the Department of Defense, work on exciting projects. And Vaikuntha Bashi again, no, but what are you doing for Krishna? No, I'm not interested about all. Because when you come to Vaikuntha, we're going to look, what's your, when you apply for a job, it says, you have to give your, how do they say, the resume. Thank you. So they're going to say, but what is your resume? What do you have? I say, I don't know. I didn't know we were allowed to have a resume. But yes, your resume is whatever you've done in this life, right? Like you say, this is very contradictory. I'm just going to step out a little bit. It's very contradictory in the sense that we all say, here, you're not this body, right? Because you're a spirit soul. But at the same time, if I say, well, you're also this body, and be, hey, what are you talking about now? Well, don't be saying that. I say, yes, you're this body because you've helped make it in the first place, right? Because like right now, you're not this body, but you're preparing for your next one. I know I am, because I'm not going anytime soon. Sorry, folks. But it is true. Whatever you do now, like they say, I think you sow what you reap, or you reap what you sow, something like that. So, you're now preparing for the next one. Unless there's a cheat sheet somewhere that you can get where you can say, so long folks, arrivederci, I'm going. We can tell, we can say. There's no saying or not knowing. So in the same way, now, the Vaikuntha Bashi says, oh, let me see your resume. And there's not much there. And let's say you go for a job interview and they says, my friend, but you haven't done very much. You don't have the experience. And then you start sweating, how am I going to get out of this one now? I might have to say something good. But unfortunately, Vaikuntha Bashi already knows. That's like, Krishna is already in the heart. He knows everything. Right? He's got the PhD in every subject. He knows where you're coming from, what you've done. There's no cheat sheet. So then what? So going back to this, we have to actually prepare ourselves, to make sure that we somewhat align ourselves so that when we are leaving, we have, we're in the right track. Like you say you have when you're going somewhere, let's say ISKCON, what have you, some people would use the GPS, So the question would be, what would be your GPS, when you leave? It's right here. It's right here. When, for example, like you say, we are giving this education for free, so when it's time for you to leave, even though nobody wants to leave, right? Everybody's asking for extra time, I still have granddaughter's wedding, or, I have still son graduation. Nobody knows, but I want extra time. But nobody says, I want extra service, give me extra round. When it comes to spirituality, nobody wants nothing extra besides prasad. Prasad, extra? Yes. But you say, extra, service? Give it to him. Give it to him. Extra rounds? Oh, I got, so many, hanging in, I can't. Only this much. But nobody wants extra. No one to put extra time, Even sometimes they say, on work, overtime. Am I going to get paid? If it's not paying overtime, no, forget it. It's better spending time with the family, right? It's always like this. But here we're giving this, we're saying, this is your GPS. So when it's time for you to leave or to come back, wherever you want to say, leave, come back, you pick whichever word or term you want to use, you have it ready. Because sometimes, like I told my mother, I was going to the temple. I was born, it's half Christian and half Indian. My father was Christian, very, take me to church, and like Badrinaran said, you go there and you sit, you start counting, it gets really dry and boring. At least here there's kirtan and prasad. Kirtan is good. That's why I don't want to cut into kirtan time, because nowadays class goes for this much and then announcement and then kirtan. We're going to do a 5-minute kirtan. Most people love kirtan. Yeah. Everybody loves to dance. Wow, they love to dance, and jump and down and everything else. But yes, it is. There's something that is very important, that when you take it, you study it, spend some time with it, eventually it'll pay off. Just like everybody goes and get that degree because they know it's going to pay off. I will be well recompensed or recompensated. I'll get a good job. Nobody does it, go to school just for the hell of it. They do it only in high school. They go to high school for the hell of it because it's free. And then when it comes to going to college, now they have to start thinking, oh, now I'm going to be paying for it now. Now I'm going to really get some kind of seriousness to it. Unless if the parent is paying, you still go to college. And these are the same kids you see here on the beach. Sometimes they are throwing parties and they want to fight. I heard there was parties and they want to fight with the cops too, because the parents is not here. Or some they go to college just to get away from the parents. But it's the same. I want to say, why put yourself through all this? You're going to go to college because I want this. There's nothing, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with going to college and getting a degree now. It's very good. But you also have to keep in mind that degree is only for this lifetime. You're a doctor today, you ain't going to be a doctor tomorrow. And if you're a doctor today, that doesn't mean the kid is going to be a doctor. Well, it can be. But he still has to go through the schooling program. Means, not because you're the doctor, means automatically the son will be a doctor. See? Which means that you have to put the work to get where you want to go. And that's why we are here. We're giving this education for free, and we say this is also not only an education for your future, right? But it's also when you want to go to anywhere you need a visa. But this we are giving visa for Vaikuntha also. So we're giving the education and also the visa so you can go. Make sure when you go, don't come back. It's a one-way ticket. Nowhere else, they will ask, make sure, you have a visa. But Vaikuntha, they will stay quiet. You will hit there and say, oops, sorry, next, deported, not qualified. But you got to be ready. You're going to have all these, whether good, punya, whatever word you want to use, but it has to be there. How do you get there? Is by you taking the time, spending some time, whether reading, chanting, prasad, your choice. That's your choice for you. We are here saying, take to this philosophy. Take to this chanting. Spend some time with the devotees. And when you say, many people spend a lot of time saying yoga. Yoga is good. Yoga is good, especially when you get older. You're getting stiff. You know, you can't. You look at the flower. It's like can't bend down to pick up the flower because you're gonna, stretch something, break something. You don't want. Just leave it there. Or if there's a kid, how come you pick it up? Yeah, right. But I say you have to do yoga because you want to stretch. You want to do this so you stay healthy. You have to eat right so you stay healthy. But what's the use? So you can live longer. And then what? So I can wear depends? What would be the point? Eventually the body, as much exercise, yoga, eat well you want to do, it's gonna just fall down and break down eventually. Good example, what was Superman, that he fell off a horse or something and broke, and he was just paralyzed, right? From the neck down. He lived longer than most people that it would happen to me. I will just very fast, but surely because he has his finance backing him up, he stretched it a little bit longer. But eventually, he was just a vegetable. But we are all, in that same process. There's only one yoga that you can do, which is the culmination of all yogas. It's that Bhakti yoga. And why is that? Because that Bhakti yoga, he doesn't only talk about, yoga for the body, but for which is most important is the soul. Right, it's done? 45. I'll stop right here. I hope I didn't bore you guys to death. And if there has been any mistake, please forgive me. And I'll take any question that you guys have, or any correction, or any comments. We'll go. We'll go by the. Go ahead. If I had the GPS for that, I would definitely give it to you. Just like I'm telling you. Everything that I know, it's the secrets of all secrets, it's right there, Prabhupada didn't hold anything back. Prabhupada actually make it very simple. Vedanta for dummies. We see Microsoft for dummies, Excel for dummies. Is like Vedanta for dummies is also there. He gave it to us. Well, we are very fortunate. We come here, there's a temple. That's funny that, Badrinaran Maharaj says, what would happen if you come down, there's no temple? It's true. We are very lucky. We have Radhakrishna, Gaurnitha, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra. We have a temple. We come, kirtan. Sometimes you got clowns like me giving lecture. Full number one. But still, that's something you are going to know when you are ready. I cannot say. I'm not qualified. Full number one, sorry.
Prabhu? Hi, sorry. David Kinanda Prabhu, I have an answer to your question. So, you've asked that question before, and His Grace Rajendranathana Prabhu, he was sitting somewhere over there, I forget who was giving class. Or it was Dravida Prabhu that was giving class, and you asked that same question, where is the spiritual world? And Rajendranathana Prabhu, he was reading, I forget what the literature was, but it says that the spiritual world is approximately 210 million miles from the highest planet in this material universe. So that's where Vaikuntha Loka is located, 210 million miles from the highest planet. 210 million miles from Brahma Loka. So.
But you know what? This is also, I'm just going to say something else. There's when I go to Vrindavan, or when I go to Mayapur, I think it might be not on the same level, but Vaikuntha, or Vrindavan, or Mayapur is all a state of mind. You can be in Vrindavan, even being here. You can be in Mayapur, just being here. It's all in your state of mind, or where you are at, in what frame of mind you are at. Back in the day, we says, I wish, we had this Damodar party again with Vishnu Jan, Swami, this whole mood. We can do it all over. It's just on what's your state of mind? Where are you at? It's very simple, I think.
Second question is related. How long the Sukshma Sharir can allow to stay there? Is that irreversible, or you can come back?
Now, what are the qualifications to go to Vaikuntha, right? Well, I think it's pretty simple. Qualities. It's there if you read, Bhagavad Gita or even any shastras. It's there. I think if you take to the path of the saintly Vaishnavas that were there before us, even we don't have to go very far. I would say myself, I've never met Srila Prabhupada, but I've met him not only through his books, but his disciples. It's very simple. We say, what are the qualifications? Just if you follow in the footsteps of the Vaishnavas. When I say follow regulate, just as, don't like 1 foot, I'm going to be watching the movie Ek Duje Ke Liye, and in the other is going to the temple. It's not going to work. That's not how it's going to work. When I say what are the qualifications means, it has to be, you're just like anything else, if you're putting yourself to it. Consistent. Exactly. Just like if somebody who wants to lose weight, if you say, I'm going to lose weight, but then you're at McDonald's, stuffing your face with whatever, it's not going to happen. You're cheating yourself and nobody else. It's the same thing. So the qualification is there.
Okay.
And if that answers.
Thanks. And second question that what I asked, is that a reversible process or a reversible process? If it's a reversible, then how long person can stay?
You mean reversible in the sense like if you're starting the process?
Irreversible, I mean, I understand whatever the stock you have according to your
Okay.
karma, then that stock,
Yeah.
create the zone.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And then, is that first, the Vaikuntha is the end of everything, I know. So, what does Shastra say? Is that reversible or reversible?
You don't lose that.
Come back.
You don't lose that. The only way you're going to come back, if now you say, you know what, Krishna, I'm tired of you being the enjoyer. I want to be me. Now I want, you're getting all the wash, everybody's, which is funny about this. Even Krishna was he was bewildered by this. How come what is this energy that they have that they are so willing to serve me? Right? I'm sorry. Like you're saying, it's not reversible. So whatever stock you have, this is yours. You can accumulate more through lifetime after lifetime, but eventually, Krishna is so merciful. He would be looking at, okay, I'll take you, But even Krishna, when he takes you, and you're serving him so well, he's like, but why is it that makes them want to serve me unconditionally?
So you mean it's irreversible. It's irreversible. Once you're done, you're done.
Yeah.
You're there, you're deposited, you're done.
Yes. But where you lost me is when I say, now you're tired of saying, I'm tired of serving you, Krishna. I'm saying that why is it that you are the one getting all the glories and fame? I want to be this person. And Krishna is so merciful, says, sure. And here you come back again. Starting the soul, yes, I am it. But then you look at it, it's so miserable.
So then third question, then why mind is just only to fulfill your stomach here, like education. Why this mind gets changed even in that spiritual world, it should not change and ask to come back.
Yeah, because see, the thing is,
mind has to be gone because it is
you were saying pure.
Buddhi. It's
Yeah.
beyond Buddhi. Buddhi is the spirit, it's the intellect. They
Yeah.
are need intellect. So intellect shouldn't be get off. So why any Sukshma Jiva would ask that question to come back?
I'll tell you.
When does it happen?
But see, this is the deal. Krishna has all the qualities, just like we were talking about Nishingadev's appearance day. Okay? And we were saying anger, right? It's a quality. But even all those qualities has to come from somewhere, right? Envy is the same thing. We see anger comes, and you have Nishingadev, he actually shows it. So all the quality that you see, good or bad, we have it. But at the same time, even though you say, well, if it's pure, You can't have it, but it's there.
No, but when the mind goes away, the intellect stands, then that time this automatically gets off. This karma gets off, it will stop. Your calm, growth, mother lobe, that's what we say, it gets off. And then we get to that quality, so how can it quality get back? That's what so many times I ask myself, I see that why couldn't I need that? So I think like, how come again, it
Yeah.
goes back?
The mind would never die. Even if you go to the Ruka, the mind will burn. But whatever we desire, we give everything in the Ruka. And then mind would not ask back to
No,
have
no.
that.
Once the
Because you're
mind-
enjoying more over there in the material.
No, but the mind is not mostly in this material world it enjoys, but in spiritual world
No.
it gets off.
No.
If your mind is there, then again you have a
See,
control, the lobe of
but see, the thing is, the problem with that is there. The mind is actually a subtle body.
Yeah, mind.
It's not the gross,
subtle
subtle body, yeah.
And then that's what I'm saying. When it get off, according to karma, it's off. Then only intellect stand, which is beyond that. This is called wisdom. Only you can stand and one with Krishna. Then why this quality comes again?
No.
I think intellect only stands, which takes you into spiritual world, one with the Krishna. It's called yoga. I think that's what I think. I'm not sure. But
The term yoga itself,
so many things.
the word yoga itself, it's actually to reconnect.
Yeah.
Reconnect.
Yeah.
So when you now the thing is when you're saying you're reconnecting, it's not that suddenly all you still have, even though you say it's going away, right? Like for example, you can say I'm pure now, or I've lost all my weight now. That doesn't mean that you're not going to gain the weight again. So you're still going to have to be very careful on what you're eating.
Yeah.
I don't know if that can, you know what I mean?
Now it's,
You can relate to it.
some sense to me, yeah, because that.
Because what happened is like, let's say you say, I've lost all the weight, now I'm never going to gain any weight again. It doesn't happen like
No,
that.
no, yeah, I understand. Now that whatever my agitation was there, now it's getting resolved when you said that, yeah, it's nice.
I hope I answered the
No,
question.
thanks.
Time is up now? Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you for attending the little soiree.